Oh, buddy, Andy here again. Well, I've been talking recently about the sort of roller coaster ride of life and everything, and obviously talking about the death of my father and everything that came after that. And there's one more vlog I wanted to put out about that, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, that's all sort of quietening down now. You're getting used to where you are in the life, in your life, etc. And then everything else this week's just been one of those other sort of roller coasters all over the place, and it seems this whole year is going to be like that. I don't know whether that should be. I'm sure that everybody else's life is probably exactly the same, the highs and the lows and all those weird things that go on. And just when you think that one thing's sorted out, something else comes along. But it's also been one of those things that's almost a sort of a family thing as well. Apart from obviously the death was a very big thing, obviously in my life and the family's life as well. And as I said, as you're getting over that, other things start creeping out, other things that have been sort of building up for a while now, whether it been with my wife's sort of work as well, but also with my work. I'll never talk about that, but that's been an issue as well, and things have been going on there, and we've been waiting for news about this and that, etc. And so that's been a stressful time, I suppose. I think it's not a word that I tend to use. I tend to sort of drift around and don't really think that stress affects me in any particular way. Maybe once again we're all like that, I suppose. But I was talking to my sister the other day, and saying about how are you, and how you coping and all this sort of stuff. And I thought I was doing quite well, and I didn't think that so father's death and all that comes with that. I thought I was coping with that very well, and that it wasn't, hopefully it wasn't affecting too many other people, because I was conscious of that, trying not to let it get to other people as well. This is my grief. Why should I sort of put it on other people as well? Okay, you can't help it, and I know they would accept that because they're your family, they're your friends or something, and they realise that. But two things happened to me. I was at work, and somebody, one of the people at work, said, just happened to in passing, said, you're right, you're not your normal self. And you think, well, I thought I was okay, and then I explained he knew what had happened, but he was concerned, and then I mentioned it to someone, and they said, well, yeah, a few other people have said that to me, but obviously they wouldn't say it to you because they don't want to upset you or whatever, and you think, well, maybe, you're not quite what you think you are. And then my wife happened to say, while I was on the phone to my sister, I said, no, I don't think I've been too bad. And my wife called out, well, you've been walking around for the last couple of weeks with this sort of pained expression on your face. And it sort of brings it home. And after the conversation, I said, really? It's noticeable, it's not a problem, not an issue or anything like that. It's more or less what you expect, I suppose. But one of those things that happens and you don't realise it, and maybe that's the point. You go around, and I say I've always thought of myself as a sort of a glass half full person rather than the glass half empty, because I'd always rather have the glass half full, so rather with more in it than less. Um, but other people see you in a different light, and that's just one of those things that we don't really realise. I think sometimes we drift along, and I see other people, and you think to yourself, God, cheer up, mate, or whatever, and they probably think that they look absolutely normal. I quite often think to myself that the way that you sort of hold yourself, you sort of stand up straight and try and keep straight and kind of try and keep your head up. You see people walking around, I know people like that, who sort of got their head down and they sort of shuffle around. It's just the way that they are, and as people get older they tend to do that. Naturally, I suppose it's just gravity taking hold after God knows how many years you've been around here with all that atmospheric pressure sort of pushing down on your head. It's hardly surprising your neck gets a bit weak after a while. But some people are like that, but if you'd mentioned it to them, they probably wouldn't realise it, and they probably take it the wrong way. That's what why the saying about at work, people are sort of a bit loath to say anything. You're all right, Andy. Or do you want to talk about something or something like that? But when people actually mentioned it, it made me realise, and it made me sort of think, no, I need to sort of think about this, and maybe think about the effect that I'm having on other people as well. I mentioned that earlier on, and I think that's a very important thing sometimes. We can wallow ourselves, but we affect so many other people in one way or another, whether it be your family, your work colleagues, friends, anybody that you sort of touch in your life as you go about it. Even if you're sitting on public transport or something and you see someone sitting like this, it doesn't exactly fill you full of the joys of life, does it? Okay, you may well have a reason not to be particularly happy, but always share that with everybody else and bring everybody down to your level. So there you go. I wasn't going. This was completely off the cuff. I literally just turned on the camera and started speaking. Thought I'd talk about that not very good week that I've had. And funnily enough, this morning, it snowed overnight here. We had about 5 inches of snow, which for us is quite a lot of snow. I know you've had snowmageddon or whatever they call it in the east coast of the United States over there, and sort of a foot or 2 foot of snow. Yeah, okay, yeah. You can take it over there, maybe a bit more than us, but 5 inches of snow to us is quite a lot. And I thought, oh God, I've got to go to work in this, and the trains will be up a chute, and I can't get in, and all this. So you're going back down again, that sort of thing. And I was thinking, why can't it be the day after? Because if it happened to not, I happen to be off for 4 days, and I've got a nice weekend to get over all this sort of stuff. Hopefully things are working out a bit better. The work thing turned out to be not too bad after all. And then sort of left out on so high, but certainly a bit higher than I was yesterday on that particular subject. Anyway, and then I went out this morning, walked to work, and I had to walk in the road because the snow was deep and I didn't want to get it all over my trousers. You know, the sort of thing it's like. And then walking down the road, and I just went zoop, bang, landing on the side, caught my leg underneath my sort of bag and everything like that, and sort of badly twisted my ankle, I think, and some other unlucky people probably would have ended up breaking their ankle doing something like that, but luckily I didn't. But that's just saying to my wife, this weekend if I wanted to go out for a run, if I wanted to do this or do that, I'd go walk somewhere or something. Now I'm buggered, should we say, in that respect, because now I'm hobbling around on this. Hopefully it will get better, but it's just another one of those things, and you think, oh bloody hell, is this ever going to end? Hopefully it will, and hopefully you're not going through the same sort of thing. But if you are, try and smile about it and try not to bring anyone else down down to your level if you can. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for your time. I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye, and hopefully in a slightly happier frame of mind. Cheers.